Greetings and welcome back to another Switch to Linux live stream. Ooh, these Saturday live streams kind of rare these days, but you know, I'm trying to get caught up a little bit there. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Gonna watch the batteries today. Like everything was perfectly fine. Then after the stream yesterday, I played like an hour of games on Pop OS, and it drained my batteries down really low. Like. Really? I didn't think it was that like when you're processing a video, this thing only draws 150 watts. It must draw a lot more when you're playing a video game. I'll have to find my watt meter and give it a try someday. So I had to hook into grid power this morning to charge everything back up, and we got all full and we're all good now. And right now the batteries are looking good. It is hazy out, so I'm only drawing like 6 amps, but it is at 60 volts, so we're doing pretty good. How are you doing? All right, checking in on comments. If I can find my comments. There they are. Moonbase Alpha Grays, how is it going there? Greetings to you. Radic Robert, how are you doing? Neo29, 610 OTA says meow meow. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, cats want some like meow mix, apparently. Fluffy Cloud, how's it going there on Fluffy Cloud 9? Actually, it's Fluffy Cloud 331, but whatever. Vacuum cleaner reviews, I think EOS servers are down. Can't pill up your email. Oh, really? Interesting. I don't know. Luis, greetings to you. TB, good evening from Germany. Cute kitties. Why, thank you. They say meow. Right, kitty cat? Right. The other one's going to hide, and she's like, you got those cameras going. I'm going to go and hide up here in the dark. Tim O, greetings to you. How are you doing, Tim? Hello, Junko. Greetings. Drishel, hello to you as well. Well, hopefully today's video is not too premature. It was working partially, and then things like that. Change stream timing. No, because the download for the Ubuntu daily build was so large, like 3.3 gig, and I have a very limited 150 gig available on my monthly plan. I downloaded it at a friend's house. Unfortunately, his internet downloads at like 0.5. It took an hour and a half to download the ISO. And so I started it, I don't know, about 10 o'clock-ish or so. And so it took a while, and then I got back and made sure I could actually get into it. And it's spotty. It works-ish, but, you know. Hello, good night, Hong Kong. Well, good morning, Vietnam. No. Silver Ventures, howdy, surprise, there was a stream. Yeah, I haven't really been doing much on stream-wise on Saturdays, but I'm just trying to get caught up. A massive backlog of everything in my life, and just trying to get caught up, and that includes getting some Switch to Linux stuff up and running. So we might be able to get 2 videos out of today, just looking through the next daily build, and we'll look at the installer specifically today. I'll probably do them both on the live stream here, then you know, hide the live stream, and then, you know, things like that. Installer fails, knowing the earliness of this. The installer actually succeeds. Just don't try and repair your build. You can come visit me. Got 1 gig fiber. All right. Well, let me know where you're at, and I'll just drive the vehicle on there sometime. So there we have it. Got my second cup of coffee here. We got noises on the van. That must be the bird pooping on my window again. Jerk. Told him out here I'm going to go out there and shoot the birds out of the trees if they keep on pooping on my solar panels. But, you know. All right. Well. Should probably not put that back down on the desk there without some padding. But I will put it on the mouse pad. That's okay. Actually, we'll put it over on this pad here instead. Whoop, I moved my camera, though. Hold on. Getting a little coaster for my coffee mug. Fix the camera. I have this very narrow window where my camera can be between 2 monitors. There we are. All right, we're back. All right, well, let's go ahead and get diving on this guy here. Let me make sure. I should have one there, and there's one queued up there. We're going to pause that for now, take my note of comments there, and sometimes this boots up fast, and sometimes it takes for all eternity to boot. So I'm going to go ahead and boot it up while we look at the article over here. So let's go ahead and do this, shall we? Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, the next version of Ubuntu 21.10 is going to have a new graphical installer. And today we want to have a brief look at that. Now, this is still very early in the build. This is a daily build. There's some features they don't have in it yet, but we want to look at just the overall generals that they're trying to do. Some aspects of this I cannot get to work, but we'll go ahead and have a look. First, let's go ahead and have a look at the article from 9 to 5 Linux. Pardon me, I'll be looking away from the article because I'm booting up the VM now, because sometimes it boots fast and sometimes it boots really slow. So today's Ubuntu new desktop installer for Ubuntu is now available for public testing. I'm not completely sure this is ready for public testing, to be perfectly honest. But hey, it's available. So we'll see what it is. So if we'll see bugs in here, we absolutely are going to. That's okay. This is not saying, oh, the whole thing sucks. They are still actively developing it. This is a very, very early video. I just kind of want to show you what they're up to in their builds here. So first, we actually saw some images based on just basically some screenshots. The new design is written in Flutter. I'm not a programmer, so I'm not as keen as to what exactly that might mean. And really what they're trying to do here is have a few different options. Now, they've always had this try or install. Although it lands you right now, the daily build lands you on the desktop. It doesn't land you into an installer. So it's kind of moot, because if you just want to try Ubuntu, just don't click the install button. That, I'm sure, will be resolved, as it has been always in the past. And so, but now there is a third option which says repair installation. This is an excellent thing. Linux Mint started to do this recently as well. The idea here is that what they're going to show us is if you take your installation media, your USB key, you put your Ubuntu install on it, and then you keep that USB key around. If you have issues with installing later, you can plug in that ISO image, please the final one when it's finally out, not the current daily build that I'm playing with now. But you can take this and you can put this in, and you can just click the button to reinstall. It will basically reinstall around your files. Now, Ubuntu used to have an option similar to this. I haven't seen it in there before, or at least I haven't seen it on other Ubuntu derivatives before, more recently, where you could go in and you could install without adjusting your files, install around it, or reinstall the operating system, leaving your files intact. I've seen that disappear from some distributions, and it appears as though the install repair for Ubuntu, it actually does that. It will give you a reinstall of Ubuntu without wiping your disk and your files. That's what it appears it is going to be doing based on what they're doing. Now, they've also added some features to choose between light and dark themes on the install, so you don't have to do that after the distribution is installed. They've also I think it was in here. Maybe it was in their release notes. I forget. I read a few different release notes here. One of the things that they're also doing in the installer is they're doing some changes for people who are installing this alongside Windows that will help and produce a more stable install side by side. And that's all really good stuff. Now, the 9 to 5 Linux notes that the time zone selector appears to be missing from for now. Oh, this is the part here. So the ability to turn off Intel RST, so rapid storage technology, if you are installing Ubuntu alongside Windows, and a new page to allocate disk space, and a new page to choose between light and dark themes. So that's really the direction that they are trying to go into. So I have the VM booted, and we're not going to poke around in the daily build itself. We're going to save that for another video. But let's go ahead and have a look at what this guy looks like. Of course, when we first get in, we see the new GNOME function, which drops us here, where we can select from our favorite applications. Originally, on paper, this looked pretty bad, but frankly, this is really the best way to start GNOME. So kudos to the GNOME team for doing this. This is GNOME, not necessarily Ubuntu. They're just keeping it, which is good. So we jump on over here, and the install is here. Again, when this is a final build and you're booting off a live key, it should automatically boot up the installer. But since this is a daily build, it doesn't have that feature. We're just going to have to go in here and just click in on the installer. Now, I did notice in some of my testing, right now you are actually able to install the test build. That is good. You're not really able to do anything else that I have found. We do notice, of course, a few little bugs. The rounded corners are broken. That's okay. That'll be fixed before it's finally released. So we start in by choosing our language. So we have English, Francis, Italian, Netherlands, and a couple of those. This is Brazilian Portuguese. I have no idea. Is this Russian? I don't know. But anyway, we'll go ahead and keep English. Now here we land on this page here. We have release notes, which right now are blank. This is a brand new build that is not even out yet, so that's perfectly okay. So we have the install, we have the try, and we have the repair. I found that if you click on either of these two and click continue, it will completely kill the installer. We're not going to do that. But you'll notice here that the repair installation repairing will reinstall all installed software without touching the documents or settings. So that is really what they're doing, which may or may not be. I forget how Linux Mint is doing their install repair. It's probably a very similar thing. Trying it is, this is basically landing on the desktop without the installer, which is what the default is for the daily build right now, and the install option goes here. So when we click in our install, we're going to start in with our keyboards. It automatically selects our US English, at least for me here. Not sure what's going to select where you are now. We have a normal and a minimal install. I did try this a couple times. When I clicked minimal install, it did not seem to install. But when I did successfully get it installed, it sat there and said installing 1 out of 5, and it sat there for about 5 minutes, and then it just says, boom, install's done. So maybe I didn't give it enough time to wait. But you can choose between your normal and minimal as before. You can install your third-party applications as well. That is all the same. Here is the allocated disk space, and then there is the start installing. So if you continue, the changes below will be written to the disks. You will be able to make further changes manually, partition tables. So the following partitions are going to be formatted. So go ahead and click on this. Now, at this point in time, I don't think it's making changes to the disks until we go through there. So we're going to go ahead and enter in your name, your computer name, your username. And then I'm going to enter my super secret password. That's definitely not 123. It does allow me to use a weak password. I like it when distributions don't, sit there and be like, hey, this is too weak, use something else. No, this is a test distribution. I don't need to use something else. And then here we can choose between the light theme or the dark theme once it is installed. Now, when I click continue, this is actually going to start the installation process. So I'm not going to go ahead and click continue beyond here. All it's going to show us is, hey, installation in progress, and then bing, it will be done. And then over here, of course, you can notice there's still just a few little theming issues. Those will all be resolved on the final product. But overall, what they're doing is actually is pretty good. It's a little bit more user-friendly. It wasn't bad before, but it is certainly more user-friendly than it has been in the past. So that's actually all really good. So I think that this installation that they are working on, the new install manager, is actually a step in the right direction. And it's not out yet. It's not finalized yet, but you can actually download the daily builds and play around with it yourself. I was not able to get the repair installation fixed yet, a few other things fixed yet either. So with that, that is what our install looks like. So thanks for watching this nice little brief video. We'll keep an eye on this, and when this is finally out, we'll have another look at it. Let me know your thoughts on the new installer. Is this the right direction? Is this the wrong direction? Let us know in the comments down below. If you'd like to get this nice tinfoil hat time mug, you can head on over to shop.switchedtolinux.com. Catch you guys later. Alrighty. Close this guy down, power off, check in on comments real quickly, and then we will have a brief look at the distribution itself. All right, I'm going to pop out our chat, find where I was before so I can read it a little bit more comfortably. Let's see. Hello, her. Greetings. I hate that my Wi-Fi card does not work with Linux. I hate Windows. Oh, what's your Wi-Fi card? You can always also get a USB dongle. They're like $20. San Diego, just gotta worry about our gas prices. San Diego, that is nothing. I just saw an article today. New meat farm protocols were just passed in the state of California. It might actually eliminate bacon in the state of California. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my Californians watching. You guys might be losing your bacon. Or at least it will become so expensive, it'll be like 1.5 gigabit second down, 900 up here in Fredericton, capital city of New Brunswick, Canada. Canada has better internet than the United States. Although I gotta say, my internet works really well. It's just capped. It's the problem. Gonna take the dog out. She'll be back shortly. All right. Is there a matrix room or something for Switch to Linux yet? Not yet. Hopefully in the next week or two, I will start doing all the investigation and possibly putting all that together for it. It is high on our priority list. Don't think distros matter anymore. Really think DEs and update cycles matter much more. We can probably agree to that. Become a distro and DE agnostic. I can run and be proficient in just about anything. GNOME. Not really. Boot repair as an external application equals not repair installation in this. Plus, boot repair only rescues grub, if anything. Yeah, I thought that's what Linux Mint did. But, I mean, again, though, Ubuntu is trying to target this market that's like this computer non-user type group that doesn't really understand the difference or making it maybe too user-friendly. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But, yeah, Flutter, if I remember correctly, is Google UI Toolkit that's supposed to work as UI for websites, phones, and native apps. All right. Pop OS, maybe. Isn't this just a hard drive stored version of the live session? Different from the grub repair for certain. That's great that they have install repair now. Certainly doesn't hurt to have it. Absolutely. I completely agree with that. Shoutouts to Radiance finally becoming the default Ubuntu theme. Well, it took them turning it into Yarrow to do it. All right. You know, GNOME could fix that if I don't know, they supported server-side decorations in Wayland. Yeah, probably. GNOME doesn't want to do anything, man. That will complicate things too much. Linux Diary, well, only got here now, but I guess I'll see the installer. If you guys want, I mean, I can stick around for a little while longer. We'll go ahead and have a look at what the daily build looks like as well. So don't go away yet. Seriously, screw that decision by GNOME to literally force CSDs. Yeah, well, you know. Just reject the decisions of the DEs and go for the Windows Manager theme style. So defaults to one volume. What does? Dark theme. Let's see. Seriously, River or i3 is better Wayland compositor. River or i3 is a better Wayland compositors / tiling window managers. Okay. I'm still not a huge fan of Wayland, personally. Supposedly, you can still run things like Qtile as a Wayland compositor. Dark themes are nice. It's not pitchback. Yeah, their dark theme is actually pretty good. So I can say that their dark theme is pretty nice. Ubuntu is no option for me anymore because of snaps. I'm kind of with you there. Not a huge fan of snaps. You can just get rid of snap. Not as easy in Ubuntu. Not as easy to get rid of snaps in Ubuntu. Looked up what a radi is. It's derpily cute. Oh, really? Do I need to look up what a radi is? What's the name of this thing again? It's a radi injury. Oh, impish injury. Impish injury. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at what an injury is. Oh, okay. I see. There you go. There's what it is. He's like, yo. So this is what's going to be looking at us on the new Ubuntu screen. All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right. No, bacon. Bacon or riot. That's right. I mean, I'm telling you, all this other nonsense is like, that's child's play next to taking away people's bacon. I mean, what are they thinking? Mr. Pie for our crappy internet? Oh, yeah. Well, he definitely made it worse. I get rid of meat. It's insane. Regularly consume meat in my diet. And yeah, if you regularly consume meat, you're actually a lot healthier. I know. Sorry to say that. You know. What is bad about snaps? Don't really understand. So there's two fundamental problems. The first big problem with snaps is the delivery method is proprietary. While the snaps themselves are open source, the delivery method is proprietary. So, you know, they could be giving you something different than what you think unless you audit it on your individual system. And this takes away from trusting the community. The second is they've stopped trusting the community or the application itself. They explicitly say on their platform, we're shifting away from trusting the app and instead trusting the developer instead. So if one new fly-by-night developer wants to come along, push out 2 or 3 apps that people are like, oh, these are really good, and then they put down their guard about this new developer, now he's free to push malware and then disappear. Those are certainly concerns that people would have about snaps. Additionally, other people would suggest that they do mount themselves on every single time, so it produces tons of different mount points, and they do take up quite a bit more space, which space is, I mean, that's getting cheap, except people are going to SSDs now, and that means smaller hard drives than we've had, you know, a decade ago in some cases. So those are kind of the biggest issues. Also, many of the Snap applications are not created by the developer of the application itself. They're developed by canonical teams or even just weird, unknown third-party people. Like, for example, if you look at Simple Screen Recorder, there's no official build of Simple Screen Recorder, and the person who developed that does not even acknowledge the Snap is there, at least last I knew. But you'll find Simple Screen Recorder written by some guy, and everything in the development stuff is about Chinese, but that's the one in the Snap store. And so these do raise some serious concerns. Unlimited usage on that service agreement too. Yeah. Accurately, I haven't used it in Wayland. Let's see. Bacon or the universe go boom. That's right. That's right, guys. They're trying to take your bacon. Don't let them have the bacon. Don't let them have the bacon. Does Fedora have a boot repair tool this time? I don't know. I don't use Fedora enough to know for sure. Sandboxing things should be considered bloated, and some people don't like the servers being proprietary. Yes. Love the forensic cap. Why, thank you. Can they make snaps optional in the install? Not Ubuntu. They are absolutely explicitly pushing snaps first, repositories second, which has actually hurt all the downstream software in Ubuntu because they're not prioritizing putting new versions of software in the repository. They're just prioritizing putting snaps in place instead. Like broadband just upgraded from 120 to 160. Ooh, but the upload is still 20. Yeah. The funny thing is my upload here is now so much higher than it was, except Verizon meters your speed on YouTube. They do. I used to be able to upload. I uploaded to BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube all at the same time. I still do that. And they would all upload about the same speed. Now Rumble and BitChute upload almost instantaneously, and YouTube crawls along, takes them like 5 times as long because they meter it. Net neutrality. Thanks, Asian Shut Your Pie Hole, you moron. Oh, see, we just passed the laws and you can still do everything you could before. Yeah, you idiot. It takes years for stuff to roll out like this. Why Verizon phones now on their lower plan, you can no longer use your phone's hardware. That was part of net neutrality. Not anymore. I can if I pay them a bunch more money, but you know. Some upload speeds are capped unnecessarily. Yeah, there's the one ISP's like, dude, everyone else's has upload speeds way slower. Let's slow ours down to match this industry standard. What? You had a selling point, dude. Let's see. Average user has no reason to be against Snap. I don't know. I would disagree with you on that. Trust of software alone is enough reason. And they have explicitly said we're not trusting software, we're trusting developers. Okay. Well, enabled isn't a big deal. But pushed, forced, and having core elements of the distro using snaps, that is a problem. And that is what Ubuntu does. Like, I don't really care if a distro has Snap enabled by default. That doesn't matter. But when the core parts of it are, that's a problem. Making red sauce tonight. Ooh, with deer meat. Nice. Poppy has things to say against Snapd at this point. Really? So is he just being super pro Snap when he worked for him? Or what? I don't know. I can't say I follow him, so. Is he going to come out and be like, I was right all along? I mean, after that big public fight we got into. Uh-oh, we got some popiness. Copy link address. Let's see what we can see there. Let's see what he says. They get ignored or... Okay, let's see. Following bug. They get ignored or dismissed. The CTO flat doesn't believe there's a problem. The team is understaffed and there's no motivation from IoT and enterprise-focused people to fix desktop problems. They've been trying from the inside for years. I gave up hope and left. Am I going to come out as completely right over the Ubuntu guys and all this? Justified again. Thanks for that. That made me smile, Farron. We sell coffee mugs like Mr. Pies. Not the big ones. I'm limited in what I can do, although I can say I have not been over to my store in like 6 months to see what new features and offerings are. I am so far behind on everything in my life, it's insane. Can go again. Poby is even against, you know what, Gnome Tobia's post too, having consistently bad things, we're going to say. Upload and download speeds 100 on Net Plus. Trust in software isn't something an average user cares about. All they care about is being able to install a piece of software. Well, again, though, they don't care until they have a reason to care. That's what kind of what my point is. But that's okay. That's okay. Let me make sure that running the installer as far as I did didn't completely kill my install. Oh, okay. I do stand corrected. The thing does actually proceed after that one point. It did indeed crash my install. So we will not have a look at Ubuntu. I think I will stop and go and take care of some other things I need to take care of today instead. So with that though, we'll go ahead and feed the beast, and then after we feed the beast, then we will catch up on any final comments, and then see what we have from there. Are you ready, Beast? Are you ready, Beast? Are you ready, Mr. Beast? All right. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, kitty. Look at this, kitty. Oh, boy, kitty. Oh, boy, kitty. Come on. Come on down. Okay. Ooh, maybe we'll just watch us feed this one today. And then I'll just feed the other one from my lap. All right, let's see what we got here. We got you. You. And we got, no, you're right here. You're right here. Whoa. Oh, 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 oh. There you go. You dropped yours, buddy. Sorry, buddy. He dropped his. I almost lost the cat. He's like, I'm going in after it. Oh. We'll let her get that one on the ground. Is that one too? That's right, kitty cat. Are you going to jump down there too? Bonk. He's going to jump down there too. He's like, there's more. I got to sniff the camera also. What is this double machine? What is this double machine? Oh boy. Oh, and now she's eating. She's like, yep, all right, time to eat. All right, time to eat. All right, idea behind things being something only enthusiasts care about. Let's see. Manjaro and Solus have been working well for me. Let's think about Flatpak. I don't mind Flatpak as much because there's multiple different repositories that are open source. There's Flatpak is, if Snap did the things that Flatpak did, I would have zero problems with it. Are you saying regular meat consumption is good or bad? Maybe not at all. No, regular meat consumption is good as long as it's not processed meats. So all of the studies that came out saying meat causes cancer, every one of those looked at processed foods and processed meats. Even, sadly, bacon does qualify more as a process. That's why if you can get uncured bacon instead, that generally is going to be quite a bit better than your regular cured. And they're still, understand, it's still cured. It's just cured with more natural ingredients. They'll use like celery salt instead of the actual nitrites. And so with that, then what we see is hold on just a second. Let me push my comments up here. There we are. And so eating regular meat is very good bioavailable protein that's good for you. Not like protein bars, which are all synthetic, or powders, which are all synthetic, but actual bars, like actual bioavailable meat. Now, the best bioavailable protein is egg. That is available in nature. But meats are actually very good for you overall. Additionally, meats don't spike insulin. Spiking insulin is what we do in our diet that causes the biggest problem for us. If we can not spike insulin, that's the best thing we can do. So yes, you should eat regular meat. Rather not eat insects. Yeah, I'm not a fan of eating insects. You can blame Alan for acting so pro-Snap when his goal was to help Snap improve from the inside himself. If you get their liking, they'll probably listen to you more likely. Yeah, I mean, I can completely understand that. If that's his job, obviously he's going to defend against a guy like me who comes out and raises a lot of concerns. But it would have been better to say, I hear these are real concerns and let's talk about how to address them. Rather than just saying, I'm spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I'm not spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Understand this. This is what caused this. There was a hack in a Snap. It caused malware to get into Linux systems. And then in response, Snapcraft, this would have been May 15th, 2018. No, 19 maybe. Somewhere around there. I've done several videos on this. If you search my channel, just look at some of my older Snap ones. They actually had a line in their blog saying we are shifting from trusting the software to trusting the developer. In other words, we're not going to look at the software if we trust the developer. And then they tell us who are the developers we're trusting. Microsoft and Facebook. People who are not worthy of our trust. Okay, especially when a lot of people move to Linux to get away from those big companies. And so I can understand being pro-Snap, but it's better to say, let's hear out the complaints rather than simply declaring me as spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that's unfortunately what he did. Let's see. Life is about balance. Like increase in size, less controversial. Let's see. Insects are so delicious. You can have your insects. I'm not going to stop anybody from eating insects. Especially my cats. They will eat some of the flies out of here. Like, cat is so cute. Why? Thank you. Our search is an alpha, void tools, everything replacement for Linux. Interesting. Tried chocolate covered ants and they were passable. Good weekend, everybody. See you, Moonbase. Yeah, I think we're gonna not do anything else because I killed my Ubuntu. I'll go ahead and reinstall it and do a video on it later. Okay. Process me is bad, but I still love it. Yeah. It's not like bad, horrible, but it's not the best thing for you either. All right. Fast food burgers, probably not so good. Yeah, fast food burgers, especially like McDonald's, they're more soy than they are meat. And soy is not actually really good for us to eat. Truth about balance. You're a spy. Commodore, are you a spy? Oh, spot on. Like, are you a spy? Kitty, we have a spy watching us. We have a spy watching us. Yes, we do. A spy watching us. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one here. What happened with Alan Poe? Oh, he left. What's he doing now? I know he left Canonical and or Snap. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing now. People that follow exactly what's going on in development will be able to answer that. And it was a while back. We just kind of discussed a little bit about the fact that he was super pro Snap, but now he's even criticizing it a little bit. Is a raw meat diet okay for cats? I mean, I've met humans that eat raw meat diets too. Honestly, I don't know though what's best for your cats. I'm not a huge fan of raw meat personally. I've seen some people like it. You know, when we started cooking our meat, we died less of disease. We'll put it that way. All right. Well, guys, we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for jumping on the weird, impromptu, odd-timed stream. And we will catch you guys probably... I'm not sure if we're going to be carrying forth with live streams on Wednesday or not, although I'll try and get a video up between Monday or Tuesday or so, and probably also something on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that, and we will catch you guys later.